Well, hello people of the internet. Today I'm gonna make a more of a story kind of video than like actual like hardcore, very interesting gameplay today that I usually make. Right, so this is probably gonna be the first of like I don't know, a couple videos I make if I can remember some good stories, but this one happened pretty recently. Okay, so basically what happened was okay, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. So we're playing Pokemon Go, me and my friend. We're gonna call him John for you know, you don't want to tell anyone. So me and John were playing Pokemon Go, and then we're like, hey, there's lots of Pokestops by this one area. And actually, probably show the. Let me Google it. Okay, I can show you the exact area where I was. All right, it's by a store called Smith's. One sec. Watch this guy. All right. I will show you the exact area of where we were. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm just gonna let that load and wreck this scrub in the background. But anyways, we're at this Smith's. I'm trying to show you. Gosh, freaking Google is horrible. It freaking kill itself. Alright. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Alright. So we're right here. There's a little park right here, so we parked right here. And then there's a little stop right here. Alright. I'm just gonna turn. Alright. So we are right here. After we've gone Pokemon stop hunting. So we just walked in a circle and got lots of stops. As you do. Holy crap, I just got effed. Alright, so we're walking back. There's a Pokemon gym right here. Like, okay, let's get it. But then this big old fat guy's there. He's taking the gym. So we're like, oh, okay. We'll just come back later, you know? And when he's gone, we'll take it. Easy peasy. So we come here, and there's a little gazebo thing with a couple benches. So we sit down, and we get on Pokemon Go, and we start playing the game. You know, no one's around. You know, we're playing for a little bit. And all of a sudden, from the back, we hear a guy say, hey, you guys lost any keys? He comes rolling in on this freaking... I don't even know how to describe it. It's freaking... Okay, I'm gonna try Googling it. I have no idea how to describe his bike. It was so weird. I just can't believe he was riding that. It was so weird. Okay, let's see if I can find it on Google. Well, that loads. We play this. I think I'm gonna lose this game. Oh well. Alright. That's not it. It was really weird. Basically, it was just a bike, but how it has like a handle right there, it had another set of handles above, and it had like a motorcycle seat in the back, and it was like really beat up and stuff. And so we're like, so he finally gets to us. We're like, no. So because my keys were in my pocket. He's like, oh, okay. And then he's like, are you playing chess? And it's like, what? It's just this really old. He's like mid 60s. He has his backwards baseball cap on. Has like really dirty hair. Has sunglasses on. Has no shirt. It's kind of skinny. Has like these really beat up gym shorts. Is wearing these crappy shoes. He basically looks like a hobo. And his bike is all beat up. We're like, no, we're not playing chess. We're just playing phone. He's like, oh, I thought you were playing a hardcore game of chess. And we're like, no. And so he sets his bike down right next to us and starts talking. He's like, you guys know of Mark Hoffman? We're like, no. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like some really smart person. We're like, okay. He's like, yeah, he taught me. I know all about chess. I'm like a master chess person. We're like, alright. Then he starts talking about Mark Hoffman some more. And he says that he had lots of convictions, and he was like a really bad person, and he basically just forged lots of stuff and like went to prison and stuff and forged papers, made fake artifacts and all that. And he said, yeah, he killed 2 people with a bomb. We're like, holy crap. Well, he didn't say that, but you know. Alright, I'm gonna start this game. I lost. He just got talking about Mark Hoffman, all the stuff he did. We're like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I was in prison with him. We're like, oh gosh, we're gonna die. He's gonna kill us. He's like, yeah, I got in there for drinking and driving. We're like, what? You must have killed like 50 people, but you know, we're trying to just like keep it calm by this guy, because for all we know, he could be like a crazy person. And so he's like talking about his prison life and how he got the best job in the prison as a dishwasher, and how he and Mark Hoffman would play chess. It was just so weird. And then we thought he would just go away after a while, but no. Then after he talks about Mark for a while, he says, oh, you guys mind if I sit down with you guys? And I'm like, oh, F. And then my friend John, thankfully he's a genius, and he's like, oh, we have to go at 8:30, so we can't stay very long. It was 8:20 at the time, so that gave us 10 minutes of being able to leave. So that was very good on his part. But then he sits down right next to me. I'm like, oh, hi. And then he talks about, first thing he says after he sits down, he's like, you guys smoke weed? And we're like, no. And he's like, yeah, I'm really high right now, and I've just been driving around. He's like, I got busted at Pepperwood, and Pepperwood's like a pretty high class area. And then he starts talking about that. He says he has a cat that he didn't know had a tumor the size of a golf ball. He thought it was fat. So he takes his cat down from his job he said he had at a ski lift at like Snowbird or something, which is a ski place. He says he took it down from there after work, and it was just driving around because he thought his cat would like to see everything. So he said he had his cat in the back of his car, and he's driving in Pepperwood, and then his cat starts screaming in the back of the car, so he stops in this like some guy's driveway. I don't know why he would do this. He stops in, and then some guy called the cops on him, and then the cops came. And they said, put your hand behind the back, and he's like, yeah, I just like put it behind my back. And I started walking forward, and he said the cop looked like Sandra Bullock. He's just a weird guy. And then he said they searched his car, and they found a rolled up ball of tinfoil and a lighter, and then they gave him a ticket for like drugs or something. And then that was that story he told us. Was about that whole thing. And then he says he went bike surfing, whatever the heck that is. in like some parking lot, and he said some kids were acting up, and then their mom was trying to control them, so he just drove around on his bike surfing, try to control them, which is weird. Just everything he said was just so weird. Let's do this. So he was talking about that, and then he just keeps talking. We have like 5 minutes left. We're like, oh my gosh. And then after that, he just starts talking about just random crap, how he's an EMT driver and he's gonna be sponsored by Maverick to ride down a volcano in Paraguay and be sponsored by Maverick. Biking that, and we're like, okay. He says how he lives in his truck. It's just so weird. He said he promised his cat he's not gonna drink anymore. It's just so weird. He just keeps talking about different little stories he has, and then he talks about Mark Hoffman and more. And then we're like, then it gets to 8:30, and we're like, well, we gotta go. And he's like, and then we ask him, hey, what was your name? He's like, Cliff. But he said it like really uneasy. He's like, Cliff, like he's making it up. So we're like, alright. And then we tell him our names, and he's like, he can't remember them because like, oh sorry, I'm really high right now, I can't remember. And then he keeps talking more, so we go over like 3 more minutes, and finally we're like, dude, it's 8:30. It's past 8:30, we gotta go. And he's like, oh okay, maybe I'll see you around. And he gives us a handshake, and then we get the F out of there. And then on the way back, we're like, I wonder if any of this is true that he's been saying about Mark Hoffman, all this stuff. And then I'll show you right now. I'll show you. One sec. That's a guy from that one movie. Saw. Alright. Alright. American counterfeiter, forger, and convicted murderer. Yes. Salt Lake City, Utah. Links up with what he says. And all this is, everything on this is true to what he said. I'm like, oh my gosh. So now, I'm wondering how much of what he said is actually true. And I'm scared that everything he said was true, and he's like, and so he's just this guy who's done everything in the freaking universe. And it even says where it say. It says something about the Draper jail. Oh well. But yeah, this is Cliff. The story of Cliff, the man, the legend, who supposedly is a world-renowned biker, has a cat with a tumor the size of a golf ball, works at a ski lift place, an EMT, and is a contractor. I forgot about that part. Smokes weed all the time. What else did he say? He says he's a master chess player, knows Mark Hoffman. This man has been everywhere. It just, I don't understand. So yeah, if you see Cliff out there, you tell him hi, ask him how high he is, and then get the F out of there. Thanks for watching.